It's 3:47 a.m. The whole city is asleep. Only the road and I stay awake. It's you again. I found him. Is that your racing team?
I will take full responsibility for the compensation.
We'll talk about how to handle this tomorrow morning.
About the rearview mirror,
Read this first.
how do you have this?
I've looked into you, Liam. Your garage employs 7 mechanics, 3 of whom haven't received their full salary last month. Your sponsor pulled out last week. Your rival Victor is poaching your clients.
You can afford to pay for the rear mirror, but you can't afford to save your garage. This is a 1-month contract. You will serve as my personal driver and full-time attendant. Once the contract expires, all your debts will be cleared, and Winter's Group will invest in your garage. Why me?
Because you're an excellent driver, and you need me far more than I need you. It's a fair deal.
One month, not a day more.
Welcome to the job, Liam. 7 a.m. sharp tomorrow morning. You're planning to drive this to take me?
It performs better than your sedan. Besides, it's more crash-resistant than a Rolls-Royce.
7:03. You're 3 minutes late.
I was buying coffee.
There's a coffee machine at the manor. Be here sharp at 7 next time. You always take the outer lane to cut into the inner one when turning. It's faster, but not the most comfortable for passengers.
You've been watching me drive?
You tap the gear shift twice before shifting with your left hand. You slowed down for that turn just now. Because of what I said. You adapt the second someone sees through you. Why? You don't have to change. I like your original driving style.
You like it?
Are you Edic's new assistant? You look so young.
Driver.
Why does Ely Driver wear such a nice suit?
Madeline, my driver isn't used to social occasions. The car is ready. We're leaving now.
You didn't have to cover for me. I wasn't covering for you. I just don't want my driver distracted and affected by harassment at social events. You're really hard to talk to. Then don't talk.
said your person just now. I'm not your person, I'm just your driver.
The contract states you are on call 24 hours a day. Every minute of your time belongs to me. Is this when I say you're my person, it means you're—
I don't need your protection.
Hey, Hurricane. Long time no see. Heard you've been playing chauffeur for some rich guy lately?
Victor, my garage doesn't welcome you. The door's right there. Show yourself out.
Come on, don't be like that. I heard you're hurting for cash lately. Garage loans coming sponsor bailed, can't even pay your guys?
What do you want, Victor?
Next Saturday. Devil's Spine. Invitational race. Winner takes home enough to keep your garage afloat for 3 months. What do you say? You got the guts? Or did that rich guy make you soft?
Victor, that car of yours, front right brake pad is past the limit. You won't brake properly on right-hand turns. Rear tire pressure's off too. Left rear's down at least 5 psi from the right. At high speed, your back end's gonna swing left on every corner. With that setup, you won't even finish the first lap. Leave the flyer. I'll think about it. Let's go!
What are you doing here?
Your mechanic said you left early. I was in the area.
In the area for what?
Devil's Spine. Third turn the left-hander after the bridge. The pavement's cracked there. If it rains, water pools. If you're going to run it, switch to soft compound tires. Better grip.
How do you even know that? I told you. Everything. By the way, that coffee's for you. The girl at the counter said it's what you always get. Double shot, no sugar.
You even know what I drink.
You have something to say.
Next Saturday, I need the day off.
The cock says 24/7 availability.
I know what the contract says. But there's a race. I need the prize money. The garage cash flow is short by one last piece. Without it, I can't make payroll next month. This matters to me.
You touch this when you're nervous.
Go. You're not even going to ask what race?
Devil's Spine. Victor's Challenge. Your mechanic AJ mentioned it to my assistant last week.
You have people in my garage?
I told you. I looked into you. If you win, the garage stays afloat and you keep driving for me.
If you lose,
my people will pull you off that track. You won't be left there.
you're really hard to talk to.
Liam, if you win, I'll take you to dinner.
Why?
Because I'm betting on you.
He's betting on me.
You're dead meat tonight.
Not yet. Run. Too slow.
300 meters right of the finish line. Black sedan.
Why weren't you up there?
Too many people up there.
I won.
I knew you would.
Wipe your face. Tomorrow morning, 7. On time.
It smells like cedar. His scent. Who asked you to think I'd win?
See you tomorrow.
How did you know I was here? Your mechanic said your shoulder was bothering you when you left. That's a terrible job. I can do it myself. Turn around. I'm not going to say it 3 times.
Here?
Inside. Twice a day. Heat it first, then apply. Don't stay up late. See you tomorrow.
What the hell do you want from me?
Liam Marathi, mild ligament strain in the shoulder. Nothing serious. 3 days of rest, no heavy lifting, no strenuous activity, and especially no racing.
3 days? I can't.
You heard him. 3 days. You sit, I drive.
You can drive?
I have a license.
Who are they?
Security. Rich people have security.
Rich enough to hire ex-special forces?
Yes. I'm very rich.
What are you looking at?
Nothing. Oh. You don't drive much, do you?
No,
Why not?
because I don't need to. I have a driver.
I'm the driver now.
Yes. So you need to get better fast.
You drive.
I'm a driver. Why do I need to learn this?
Because there are dinners in the next 2 weeks that you'll need to attend with me. I don't want my escort to look like someone who's never held a fork before. I haven't.
Index and middle finger on the stem, not the bowl. Thumb here.
Fast learner. Good teacher.
Good.
That's not gonna work.
I know.
Give it to me. Look up. Done.
Thanks. Are you going to teach me how to do this myself, or are you just going to do it for me every time?
Breakfast is in 15 minutes. Don't be late.
You didn't answer the question.
Mr. Wins, your escort? He looks young. Doesn't seem like the type who knows his way around a boardroom.
He's my personal attendant.
Personal attendant, so that means he does a bit of everything? Driver and bodyguard rolled into one?
Mr. Collins, he's mine. If you say one more word about him, this deal is off. And not just the deal. Your company will receive 3 subpoenas from the tax authority next week. I guarantee it.
Mr. Wintons, I was only joking.
Car ready?
Yes.
Come.
Can you actually get them subpoenas?
Already sent.
You're not joking.
I don't joke about things that matter.
I'll go get an umbrella. Stay here.
Wait. Get out.
Your shoulder.
Get out.
I'm not going to say it again.
You're getting soaked.
I don't mind the rain.
Here. Wipe yourself. I gave it to you. It's yours. Keep it. There's a dryer upstairs. Tomorrow morning, 7. You're impossible. Tomorrow morning, are we going straight to the office, or? Don't move. The car is 15 meters to your right.
Don't. They'll handle it 3 seconds.
What? You're hurt. It's just a scratch. It's nothing.
Get in the car.
I can do it myself.
Don't move.
You're shaking. Elliot, you're shaking. Don't get hurt. You don't have to say it. I won't ask.
Can't sleep?
Different place. Takes me a while.
You too? My parents died in a car accident.
I was 12. They were coming home. On a mountain road, a truck came over the center line and hit them head on.
I'm sorry.
Later, I found out it wasn't an accident.
It was murder, over a piece of land. It took me 10 years to find every person involved and put them where they belonged. That's why you always sit in the back. That's why you don't like mountain roads. You're safe now. I drive fast, but I won't let anyone hit you.
Hey, Hurricane, Victor sends his regards.
Victor's not in this city anymore. Didn't anyone tell you?
That's why we're here.
Oh, they came at me first.
Who are you?
Never mind. Don't answer that. I already know who you are.
What else do you know?
Everything.
Did you finish your work?
You don't have to run from me. Go home. I'll call you in the morning. Liam,
What?
turn around.
Hello. Why?
I didn't want you to leave like that.
Like what?
Like you were running.
Good night, Liam.
Hello, what just happened?
Boss, you okay? You've taken that engine apart 3 times today. Shut up, AJ. I took the day off.
The contract doesn't have a day off clause. You missed a full day.
You can't do that and then pretend nothing happened.
I didn't pretend nothing happened. I came here because it happened.
I had a partner. His name was Diego. I was 18 when we started running together. He sat in the passenger seat, read the road for me, called out braking points. We never had an accident, we were good. Then there was a race. The other side rogged it. He saw it before I did. He told me to blade. I didn't listen. I thought I could push through. I thought I was fast enough to beat whatever they set up. The car went off. His side hit the ground first. I survived. He didn't, because I didn't listen to him. After that, I ran alone. Every road, every corner, every weather condition. I trained till I couldn't make mistakes anymore. But really, I just couldn't let anyone sit in that seat again.
How old were you?
20.
20 years old, you watched someone die next to you, and you lived, and then you kept driving. You stayed in that seat. You didn't run. You chose to keep driving. You carried him with you every time you got behind the wheel, but the guilt you've been carrying for 4 years, it wasn't yours to carry.
Hello?
Hurricane. Victor's boss sends his regards.
Victor's gone. Who is this?
You can call me Hammer. Victor was my piece. You took my piece off the board. That needs to be balanced.
What do you want?
One more race. Devil's Spine. You lose, the garage goes, and Wint's group pays the price.
Winters has nothing to do with this.
You're protecting him? That makes me even more interested.
3 days. Midnight. If you don't show, Winter's group will receive a package. Your partner's last race footage. The police would be very interested. I need to take leave 3 days from now, midnight.
What race?
Oh, I'll handle it. You don't need to come.
You called me just to say that?
Yes.
Where?
How did you...
Get in.
Who are you?
You already know.
I want to hear you say it.
The underground trade in this city, the name they use is White Queen. That's me.
You've been lying to me.
I've been protecting you. Your debts, your enemies, your partner's death, all of it. I knew everything from the day we met. Then why didn't you tell me? Because I needed you to see me as I am now, not as what I was. You said you wanted me to teach you. Get in.
You're sure? I didn't open the door for you to stand there.
Hands at 10 and 2. Don't grip it like a contract. You're mocking your boss.
You're not my boss anymore.
What am I then? Just drive.
No more secrets.
No more races without telling me.
Deal.
You're pouring Bordeaux into a burgundy glass.
My apologies, sir. I'll change it right away.
No rush. Your eyes? I feel like I've seen them somewhere before.
This is really good.
Wait, I'm not done yet.
You didn't finish.
It's hard to draw yourself.
That way, when you finish the face yourself, this page will be complete. Target contacted. Mission continues.
Good evening, Mr. Hale. I'm the new sommelier.
Leave the bottle on the table. You can go.
Target acquired.
If what's in your hand is a bottle opener, then come closer. If it's something else, put it back.
A bottle opener, sir. Good. Come open the wine. Didn't feel like it. You were afraid, but not of me. You were afraid of yourself.
7 years ago, Cambridge. You were sitting under that crooked willow by the river, your uniform sleeves covered in paint. Do you still have that sketchbook? I drew a rose on a page where I was the subject. Your eyes haven't changed. That blue-gray, the kind you can never quite wash the paint out of.
I kept that sketchbook for 7 years.
I know. My rose is still there too. So, how much did MI6 pay you to kill me?
You know, so kill me or let me go. Don't waste time.
I'm not going to kill you. You came to kill me, but I recognized you. That's your get-out-of-death-free card.
Then what do you want?
The record of your failed mission will be sent back to MI6. They'll send someone new. Do you think they'll assume you turned or that you're dead? So now you have 2 choices. 1, walk out that door and by both sides. 2, stay with me. Keep playing your undercover roles, reports to your superiors every day, and I'll lie right.
You're using me as a pawn.
No, I just waited 7 years and finally found you. I'm not letting you walk away again.
You're insane.
But near the end there, you didn't bite me. Your new identity, my personal assistant. Starting tomorrow, your weapons, I'll review them. Your life is mine.
And if I refuse?
You won't. Because you still want to stay alive long enough to find that money trail. And more importantly, you never threw that sketchbook away. Morning, first day on the job. Get up and tie my tie.
That wasn't in the briefing.
I'm expanding your job description.
They didn't teach that at MI6.
Then how did you manage the end-of-term dinner at Cambridge?
I didn't go. Couldn't afford the formal wear.
You don't need formal wear now. But staying by my side, you'll need to learn quite a few things.
Such as?
Such as, when someone calls your name, Elliot, you answer, instead of reaching for a knife first. Not bad. But this part here, target proximity and progress, needs a change.
Change to what?
Change to target acquired, because you've already acquired me.
You let me send it. Aren't you afraid I'll actually find evidence?
Because I didn't fund that attack. My business has limits. But your superiors don't believe that.
And now what are you saying?
I'm saying you've been investigating the wrong lead. The evidence doesn't exist. But you can't go back to MI6. They won't admit the intel was wrong. They'll just make Raven disappear. You're not a mole. You're a hostage MIG's handed to me. They'd rather see you dead than admit their intelligence was flawed.
Then why keep me here to use me? Humiliate me?
Because I missed you. 7 years ago, I didn't get to say what I wanted to say. I audited classes for a whole term, just looking for an excuse to speak to you.
Did you really think I'd let you go again?
I didn't know you looked for me.
Now you do. I don't care if you're a mole, a killer, or whatever they made you. To me, you have only one identity. The person I drew a rose for in that sketchbook 7 years ago.
Was terribly drawn.
But you didn't erase it. Breakfast in 10. Don't make me come get you.
There's a door you could have knocked.
It's my house, and technically, that door is on my side. Wear whatever you want, just be downstairs. Sit.
I'll stand.
You'll sit. Because I'm asking you to and because you need to. You didn't sleep until 3 a.m. I heard you moving. You're not a prisoner here, you're my assistant. Assistants sit at the table.
Assistants get their doors locked from the other side?
You get your door locked. Because you're also an MI6 agent sent to kill me. I'm generous, not stupid. You can hate this all you want, but you're here, you're safe, and you're gonna eat that croissant before it gets cold. Or what? Or I'll stand here until you do. I have all morning.
Yesterday, you wouldn't even look at me. Today, you're eating my food. Tomorrow, who knows? You might even smile.
Access card. Opens the library, the garden, the kitchen, anywhere except my study and the front gate.
I thought I was a prisoner.
A bird in a cage is Stizzler prisoner, leaving fly the edges. You'll have a schedule. 8 a.m. breakfast with me, 9 desk outside my office. You handle correspondence. Afternoons, you shadow me in meetings.
And when do I send my MI6 reports?
After dinner. Library computer. I won't read them, unless you want me to.
Elliot, one more thing.
What?
You have my initials on that card. Here, that means something. Don't lose it. I have some documents that need translating. French. You'll help.
I told you my French isn't great.
Then stand next to me. I'll teach you. This sweater suits you better than I expected.
The documents, sir.
Are you rushing me?
Right here, this line. Read it to me.
Regarding the Zurich Bank collateral terms.
Your pronunciation is learned that at MI6?
Art school. I audited a class.
Audited. You study things you don't even major in that seriously. So what about what you did major in, painting? Do you still paint? Come here, there's something else I need you to sign. I opened an art fund under the board. This exhibition is its first public event. I need you to attend as the fund's assistant curator.
I'm not a curator.
You studied painting. You know how to tell what's good. I need someone with an eye.
You really trust my eye?
The exhibition is next Friday. You'll accompany me catalog. You'll want to study it before we go.
I'll need time to review it.
Take all the time you need. Your desk is just outside.
Elliot!
What?
Your desk is outside. But my door stays open.
The documents?
No documents. I just wanted to see you.
Don't do that again.
No promises. Elliot.
What?
The way you looked on my desk just now, it was beautiful.
You must be new. Walker always had a good eye, but this is something else.
More champagne, madam?
No. Stay. Walker, where did you find this one? He looks like he walked out of a painting.
Lady Esther, I'm afraid my assistant still has work to do. Allow me to have someone top up your champagne.
He shouldn't be you. Why is it you?
I know you're awake. Open the door. Drink it. You didn't eat anything tonight.
You don't need to do this.
I don't need to, but I want to. I kissed you without asking. You have every right to be angry.
Could slap me. I wouldn't stop you, but you didn't.
I don't have the right to slap you. I'm your prisoner.
You're not. You're my... Just finish the milk, then I'll go to bed.
Damien. Good night.
Your eyes lit up. Same look as 7 years ago.
How do you know that?
Cream, cocoa, Seatwen. Once you only bought tea, stared at a chocolate cake for 13 Maurits.
You were at the next table.
I sent you that cake.
Latte. Double sugar.
I don't deserve it. I almost killed you.
Did you find any evidence?
No. I found a man who shouldn't have been sentenced to death.
Learned how to kill. Never learned what to do when someone cares.
When did you start looking?
3 months after you left. Never forgot those eyes under the willow tree.
The only thing that reminded me I was still human.
From now on, look in the mirror, or look at me.
Did you find any evidence?
No. Final report sent. Target confirmed dead. Raven mission terminated.
You'll be marked KIA within 24 hours. You'll be dead.
I know. No home. No identity. One sketchbook. One drawing. The rose. When I saw your eyes in the casino, I knew. But I didn't stop. Raven doesn't fall in love, but I couldn't do it. When you grabbed my wrist, I wasn't afraid of exposure. I was afraid you'd recognize me, and I could never go back. You're not Raven now. So I told MI6 you're dead. The Raven, sent to kill Damien Walker, is dead.
Lemon. Used to order this too. Ice, no sugar. 7 years. Every night you under that willow tree. I'd walk up, and you'd disappear. The moment I recognized you, I had no intention of letting you go.
You're backing me into a corner.
You've been staring at my hand. Afraid I'll touch you. Afraid I won't.
You're the person with paint on your hands that never washes off. They stole 7 years, now you're back. Let me be good to you. I came here to kill you. You never erased that rose. When I drew it would become mine, just like you. You don't have to be scared alone anymore. Your heart's racing too. Always does. Around you.
What is it?
Is it cold in Zurich?
Cold. Colder without you. To you estate or home.
Too big when you're not here.
Why did you call?
Someone asked me to do something I don't want to. Never had the choice before. Now I don't know who I am.
You already chose. You called me.
Will you be back?
Want me back sooner?
Stay safe.
Compress the schedule. I'm going back tomorrow morning.
3 days ago, I turned it off.
I was waiting
For what?
for you to bring it to me.
I sat in the garden all afternoon. The only thing I could think about was when you'd come back.
Something came up at home.
It's not that I'm waiting for you to come back. I just want you to come back.
Meeting at 10. You're sitting next to me.
The assistant's desk is outside the conference room.
The previous assistant wasn't you.
Eastern Europe margins too thin. Reposition toward luxury logistics. Elliot, note that.
Already noted.
Couldn't sleep?
The movie kept replaying in my head.
You don't have to sit in the corner anymore.
All right. Don't stop. Keep walking. MI6 Internal Affairs. Termination Squad.
Surveillance. Monte Carlo, Coastal Promenade, gray cap, blue jacket, track and report, do not engage. Two-man team. The IA officer is Richard Riggs, 22 years in the department. Specializes in asset retrieval, his term for hunting down agents who go off book.
He recruited me.
Assessment Center, North London. I was 19. He told me I had exceptional potential. What he meant was I had no parents, no money, and no one who'd report me missing. When an agent goes off book, Riggs takes it personally. It's his signature on the recruitment order. If I'm a failure, so is he.
He's on my property, not my protection. He doesn't know what he's walked into.
He doesn't get to touch you anymore. No one does.
Raven, your file has been flagged red. That Walker, he wasn't originally in scope. You were always the best, the hardest to control, but I thought you'd at least finish the job before defecting. That Walker, who is he? You checked my background 7 years ago. Cambridge, the business student who audited art classes. You didn't flag him because an art student wasn't worth flagging.
So it is for him.
Not for him. Because of him, I remembered who I was. The 7 years you took, I'm taking them back. You missed one thing.
What?
Me.
You're bleeding. It's shallow. Your hand is shaking. It's cold. Get in the car.
When I was 19, my only goal was to survive to 25. No one told me there could be anything after.
Now you're here. What do you want?
Paint, travel, sit in the garden. With you.
First person I've drawn. Not good.
One mistake. The person in the drawing isn't looking at you. In reality, I'm always looking at you.
I know. I just didn't want you to win too fast.
What did MI6 teach you?
How to track, how to kill, how to bite a cyanide capsule. No one taught me how to sit in a garden and watch the stars.
Then I'll teach you.
Then start tonight.
This was storage. Now it's yours, a studio. You haven't had one since Cambridge.
3rd floor, east corner. Shared with a ceramic student who always borrowed my term. You walked in afternoons for a semester. Best light.
You were working, I didn't want to interrupt.
You were a business student. You didn't know how to knock on an art studio door.
Correct.
A sink. Touristy needs running water. Shelves, lots of them. And no security cameras.
That's the first thing you've asked for yourself.
It's the first time I've had something that's mine to ask for.
I took that the day before you vanished. You never told me you were there. Elliot, training camp, year 2. They wake you up at random hours. If you don't respond within 10 seconds, you fail. After 3 failures, you're removed.
Removed meant you disappeared. No one knew where.
You're not there, you're in Monaco. The house is quiet. Security is on the perimeter. No one is coming to test
At night, it gets where I am. I wake up and I don't know which bed I'm in, which identity I'm supposed to be.
You're Elliot. You live in this house. You have a studio on the 3rd floor waiting for a sink. Tomorrow morning you'll eat beet breakfast at my table and pretend not to notice when I touch your knee under it.
Let's say it again.
That's who you are. You're Elliot. You live here. With me.
You don't have to stay up with me. You have meetings tomorrow.
I've had meetings for 10 years. I've only had you for a few months. Sleep. I'll be here.
Elliot, is Mr. Walker in yet?
He's in. 11 call with Berlin. I can slip you in at 10:30 if it's quick.
Berlin call moved to 11:15. Legal sent Zurich contracts. Your 9 o'clock had a 15-minute gap with no prep. I moved your 10 o'clock up to fill it. That's more efficient.
When did you learn my schedule better than my previous assistant?
Your previous assistant wasn't trained by MI6 to memorize operational time labels. You used to average 11 minutes behind schedule. Now you're on time. The staff are catching up.
You're not just managing my schedule. You're managing me.
Someone has to. You've been doing this alone for 10 years. That's inefficient too. Unless you want me to stop.
Don't stop.
It doesn't look like a first exhibition. There's no desperation in it. It looks like someone who's been painting for years and just decided to show it.
She's been standing there 10 minutes. She's looking at the boat.
The way you painted the distance, it doesn't look lost. It looks like it's waiting for something.
I didn't know you looked at paintings that way.
I don't. I look at your paintings that way. It's your painting. You set the price, or you don't.
Tell her it's not for sale. Show her the seascape in the back room, the one with the sunrise. It was the first one I painted after I chose to stay. I used to draw surveillance targets, faces, locations, escape routes. Now I draw things I want to remember.
It feels unreal, letting strangers see them.
They're good. They deserve to be seen, just like you.
You drew this here. April, Thursday afternoon. I knew you were there. I could smell your cologne. Cedar. I just didn't want to look up too fast and seem eager.
You pretended for 6 minutes. I counted.
You borrowed a book on debating illustration 3 times. The librarian still had the records. A terrible artist, very thorough researcher. Give me the sketchbook. I've been practicing. Still practicing.
The first one was terrible. This one is almost good. Another 7 years, you'll be decent.
I'll take it.
I drew this tree from memory over and over, the angle of the branches.
I remembered you.
I remembered you too. Every day for 7 years, and I'm not planning to forget. Neither am I. You still remember.
I remember everything about that afternoon.
The evidence in your possession would cause significant damage if released. State your terms.
Every record on Raven, paper, digital backups deleted. No more codename Raven, no more Elliot.
A Mark Tater from the Assassination Division holding operational intelligence on 7 countries. Standard protocol for an asset this compromised is not archival deletion, it's physical elimination. You're asking us to erase him from history.
He's not an asset. Your standard protocol pulled him out of a classroom at 19, trained him into a weapon.
And sentenced him to death the moment he refused to stay one. I don't need your admission of Gipture.
You're trading intelligence worth 3 deputy directors for 1 person. Is he worth that?
And your 3 deputies wake up to Interpol red notices tomorrow. But
That's not a threat. It's a timeline.
Electronic files were deleted this morning. The paper originals will be delivered tonight. Backups wiped within 48 hours.
The evidence stays sealed, but if anything happens to him, any accident traced back to MI6.
it goes to 7 international newsrooms automatically. Our deal has an expiration date. His safety doesn't.
26 years I've done this. I've seen intelligence traded for money, for immunity, never for one person's file deletion. What exactly are you?
Someone who waited 7 years. Last one. Electronic files deleted, backups wiping. There is no Raven. No Elliot.
So who am I?
Whoever you want to be.
I've been Elliot for 7 years. Before that, no one. Parents dead at 10, no siblings. MI6 recruited me because there was no one left to miss me. I don't have a name to go back to. You could take mine. Say that again. Arthur Walker. I asked Carter for, not a deal. Just a name, us name. Mine, if you want it. 7 years of being told who to be. Raven. I'm taking it because I choose to. This house, the studio, breakfast at your table. All of it. Elliot Walker, I want it.
Then it's yours. Always was. I thought you were asleep. It looks good, your name.
The small one was quiet. This one is alive. Is that us? Maybe, unless you think it's a bad likeness.
It's the best thing you've ever painted. You haven't seen the others yet. You've been painting us all along. I told you, I draw things I want to remember. Why didn't you draw them holding hands at first? I wasn't sure it would be real. Not until now.
A recurring motif. 2 figures, always together. Who are they?
People who live in the house.
That one. I want to make an offer.
That piece is not for sale. The artist instructions.
You said you'd never painted a person before. I'd never had a person worth painting before. You put my rose in it. It's not your rose, it's ours. I drew this one. Fair's fair.
Home. You're in every painting. Figure it out.
For your first show, Elliot Walker, artist.
Cheesy, but I like it.
Your file, birth certificate, passport, academic records. Everything an Elliot Walker who never worked for IMA6 would have.
You did
No gapsis, the negotiations, the art fund, the gallery.
You never asked for anything back. Then why?
I didn't do it for a return. 7 years ago, I drew a flower in your sketchbook and signed my initials. I didn't know if you'd keep it.
I'm delighted to assist you. Let's begin our creative journey.
What else would I possibly ask for?
DW. You changed your signature.
Changed it 7 years ago. Just never had a reason to use it. "7 years ago, I never thought I'd walk here with you like this.
We have a lifetime to walk it again.